Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a wild ride tonight. Have you ever seen an alien step aboard a spacecraft and take off? Well, apparently there's some video and stills in the Third Phase of Moon archive via submissions from around the world. This one stands out. We wanted to bring back the panel to go over this incredible footage of what showcases an alien and a spacecraft. It's incredible footage. Buckle up, everybody. We've got the entire panel tonight going over video and photographic evidence, including Google Earth. We're going to revisit the massive cave entrance. Is it natural in formation? Is it some kind of lost civilization in Antarctica? What the heck is going on? Let's start it off with this incredible imagery coming in from the Third Phase of Moon archives of what looks to be some kind of alien entering a craft. I want to get everybody's thoughts on the panel right now, so let's take it out to Doc Skinner from 1028 Productions. What's your thoughts, Doc?
This is astonishing because this is the exact video that I was mentioning in a previous show a few nights ago of the mothership over Uruguay. This is the video. So the fact that we are back on this is just wow. So yes, this is the video that I saw long ago, and that had the alien. And I thought from my memory that it was in a window, but it was this one. Now, could this be CGI? No. I don't think there was any CGI in this footage at all. If this was at all a hoax, this was a set on location with an actor and cameraman. That's the only other explanation than this being real. I'm so stoked that we found this video and then right after the previous episode. So it could be somebody in a suit. It's very blurry, but the fact that you have the depth and dimension because of the trees and everything being the natural setting, wow, I'm looking at it as we talk. It is amazing. It's going to be a big set. It's going to take a lot of people that had built it, at least five people to build it, if it was a set. And I'm sure one of them by now would have said something. But when you go to the photos of the craft above the ground taking off, you look at the colors, and it's similar to the one that's on the ground. So you got to say that this must be the same craft in these different images. One while on the ground with this creature below, and then another taking off where you just see the disc with the lights. And this is what I was talking about. There it is. And it wasn't walking through a window like I thought. It was actually him. It looks like he's going up a ramp or something into the ship. Oh my God, this is some of the greatest footage. And if it is a hoax, congratulations to the ones that put it on, but I'm not going that route. Too much money would have gone into this. And the fact that if it was a hoax and they wanted the attention, they probably had it, but it wasn't long enough, and it would have been it wouldn't have been cost effective. It would have been a waste of money. But I just can't believe that this is the new video that we're talking about tonight. And I was just thinking about it the other day. It's just mind blowing, but this is it. And I am leaning towards real, but with the possibility that it could be fake. But if so, it was done by like a Lucas or a Spielberg team, because that is a large set, because none of this is CGI. This is real world objects caught on camera. I love this video. The fact that we found it, it just makes me wow. So that's what I have to say. If it is a fake, bravo to the team that put it together. I have to applaud them on a technical production aspect of it. And if not, then we have seen or been witnessed to a real UFO landing and alien inhabitants of that craft and takeoff. This is an awesome video.
Absolutely, Doc. This is incredible. Either this is some kind of elaborate set that maybe Hollywood possibly made a movie and they shut it down, and this is maybe some leak footage from a massive production, or is this actual evidence of some kind of incredible encounter. This is amazing evidence that we're looking at, so let's throw it out to Dr. J. He's in Los Angeles. Dr. J, what's your thoughts?
All right, another very amazing footage, or case should I say, and this time we have what looks like really weird objects. I wrote a couple notes down here, and first let me say, of course, the person filming it, I don't get the sense of him that he is off the wall or anything like that. Another thing too, and you've heard me say this multiple times on Third Phase of Moon, Dr. J Radio Live, and any other place I've been a guest, we are seeing a massive influx of UFOs, whether they be spheres, triangles, flying saucers, or weird shaped craft. It's definitely on the increase, and no, I do not think it's just because it's cameras. As a matter of fact, GoofOn, we had this conversation just 2 days ago talking about this. So again, I really think that the world is seeing more, and that is hence why they are awake. Let me throw in another thing before I dive into this footage. If you recall, hoaxes generally were a lot to produce, and there was a lot of people involved. But that's because in 25, 30 years ago, and even before that, in order to create a hoax, it cost money. And there was only maybe one UFO video that came out every so often. Not anymore. We have great videos coming. I mean, I recall with Blake and Brent, and as they're receiving videos, and they have to pick and choose because the better quality ones, the ones that are less likely hoaxed, or the ones that can't be proven to be like a star or a planet, are the ones that are chosen. And so I think it's not necessarily that we all have cameras. I'm sure that's aided in finding them and capturing them, but because there has been a massive increase, and everybody will say this that's involved in ufology. May he rest in peace. Stan Friedman said so. Nick Pope, and tons of others that we obviously pay attention to. Let me tell you what else I got from this. This object actually, sometimes people will say it's multiple objects, or two, or whatever, or one giant object. I like the tint of the blue light that's emanating from the craft, because it is nowhere near of what, say, for instance, we are showing in spotlights, blue. Cop cars, that's a great example, blue and red. And same thing with airplanes. Of course, you see red far more, and I believe green. The point is, though, is these are a little dull, and there's a lot of it, too. Let me say some more things here, too. This object, it looks really weird. In some portions, it kind of looks like a really chubby teddy bear, bear, and also looks like possibly a flying penguin. I mean, again, stuff cannot be made up like this without a laugh. I do not think someone out there hoaxed this and sent it to us so they can get a big laugh, because there are tons of other crap videos that do not show very much, and people will use those as to hoax other people. Or, for instance, people might capture on camera something that looks anomalous but has a very normal explanation, and of course those people exploit the ones who end up believing. This is why it's so important for everybody out there watching Third Phase of Moon and Dr. J Radio Live and GoofOn and whoever else is part of our team, that you always look at something with an open mind, and don't just be biased that it is in fact ET or an ARV or UAP, whatever you want to call it, but in fact that you have to be able to say this is a hoax, this is not a hoax.
Absolutely, Dr. J. And again, we're looking at this video and photographs, and I remember this evidence years ago, and I remember what we said back then. The technicality to pull this off, if this is CGI, is impossible. This is actually footage, in my opinion. These are legit photographs and video. There's no manipulation whatsoever. So what are we looking at is absolutely amazing. Now let's take it out to Antarctica. This is an incredible discovery we made on Third Phase Moon, and we wanted our panel members to go over it. So we got Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal and Rich from Goof On. We asked them what their thoughts on this is. Is it natural, unnatural? This is a question we won't find out unless we get there in person, but let's take it out to Rich in Arizona. What's your thoughts?
What this huge opening is in Antarctica. There's a couple of weird things about it that have me question what it really is. Is this a secret entrance to Hollowed Earth, or is it just a cave for polar bear to go chill out in during the off season? I don't really know that for sure. But the anomalies are really weird. We have a 200 by 100, maybe give or take a few feet on the opening of the entrance. And it seems to me that it leads directly to the cliff, right down to the ocean. So the photo shows dark areas, like going down what looks like stairs that would be pretty huge. And there's two sets of them. You have two stairs that are right by the entrance, and then you have a couple of more that go right out into the ocean. Now, I don't think that bears, correct me if I'm wrong, polar bears would take a running start and leap out into the ocean. I don't think that's in their nature to do that. So then you have to think, well, what is this here for? When you look at the photo, I see rocks on the left-hand side. It's right, our left. And it takes over about 2/3 of the entrance in 2007. Then when you get later on in 2012, it seems like those rocks aren't there. Could this possibly be how the cave entrance open and closes? Is the door partially open? Are we seeing the door, does it go in on a slide, or does it, angle in, like a regular door? Is it a sliding door or a regular door? It's hard to tell because we're not there, but it's huge. Now, one thing I did notice on either side of this cave entrance, there looks like two other impressions that could have been cave entrances as well. They're covered up with snow. There aren't any stairs or any darkness to the, on the snow that shows some sort of leadway or directional of where people would come and go, or objects would come and go. Now, the brown or the darkening of the snow could be from the propulsion of whatever craft could be coming and going. Maybe it's burning the area, burning the snow, or darkening it for whatever reason. I know if snow would burn, it would be gone, right? Well, yeah, that's what we see. And we do see some darkening of that area that leads in and out of the cave. That's the weird thing to me, as well as the other impressions on the right and the left, and not just to the immediate right and left. All the way along the cliffside, it looks like there's these closed off cave entrances. So it makes me wonder if this is built this way on purpose to throw off the scent of anybody going down there looking for this. And I don't know if we've been there or not. Obviously it would be a secret, but it's right on the edge, right on the cliff. So could this be an entranceway to underground tunnel systems, maybe down to Hollowed Earth, or maybe to a military base that's hidden deep within Antarctica? Possibilities are endless. Or is this just a cave entrance for a polar bear? I don't know, but it's interesting.
That's right, Rich. It is incredible to behold. If this is indeed something that is not natural, it's a good one. This is pretty cool stuff. So let's take it out to Dark Hour. He's over there in Boston. Michael, what's your thoughts?
All right, so this is another great example of what we're finding under the melting snow and ice in Antarctica. Normally, when I see something like this, my mind goes to a military origin or a long-lost civilization, but the truth of the matter is, what we're seeing here could actually be something natural. I believe there are many cave-like systems and entrances in and around Antarctica, but because of the inaccessibility of the region, they remain shrouded in secrecy. Now, in this particular image, it almost looks as if there are some sort of step formations in the front of the cave, although I think they may be much bigger than they appear, and I know Blake and Brent take a stab at trying to find those dimensions. The Earth itself, I don't think that it's actually hollow. I believe it to be very cavernous, more so than perhaps we currently propose, and in that state, there are perhaps some sort of ecosystems that thrive within these cavernous areas that, of course, we don't know much about, and yet they live full lives down there. Now, it's curious that right from the shore, it's a short jog up to this entrance. Strategically, if you were going to have something underground, perhaps a base or something along those lines, you'd want it close to the shore, or at least accessible from perhaps another point than just being on land. So that's very curious. From year to year, it seems that there isn't much activity on the outside, or at least we don't see any external evidence, but that doesn't necessarily mean nothing's going on the inside. It's difficult to tell how far the cave might go in because we only have this one image. It's difficult to tell how far the cave might go back, but that's only because we have this one image. Now, Blake and Brent did take a try at getting the dimensions of this, and they found it to be enormous, saying that it could be the size of a football field from the height and width. Can you imagine what we might be able to store in a cavernous area that size, military or otherwise? Now, if this was a cave that was exposed over a year and a half, or some degree of that, either there's a phenomenal amount of melting ice due to global warming or climate change, or the structure was intentionally dug out. Now again, we don't see any external evidence of any sort of equipment or machinery around the area, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean that somehow it wasn't covered up, or they were using different means of getting into this cavern without our familiarity of it. I'm leaning towards this being more of a natural formation, as we may determine based on what we can see. Maybe heat from within the earth is exposing the opening. Maybe there was some sort of avalanche that just exposed this cavernous area that was always there. Or it's evidence of a civilization long past.
That's right, Dark Hour Paranormal. With the ice melt, who knows what's going on over there? And if this is a natural cave formation, then that's what it is. But then again, there are some characteristics with these steps, the proper location to the water there. It seems maybe that it could be something that could lead to some kind of entrance into Antarctica. Appreciate your insight there, Michael. And I wanted to give everybody on the panel tonight a big shout out. And I urge everybody listening right now to go check out their channels. The links will be below. We got Dr. J from Dr. J Radio Live, including Dark Hour Paranormal, and Rich from Goofon. And it's really cool to have Doc Skinner from 1028 Productions on board as well. Their links are below. They're putting up their own content pretty much on a daily basis. A lot of work being put into this field, and we appreciate the whole panel chiming in tonight. Again, their links are below. Go subscribe to them. Tell them Third Phase of Moon sent you. And I wanted to give everybody another update. We've been working really hard bringing you the evidence as fast as possible, but we've been working on something else on some spare time, which is very limited. But we are actually coming out with a brand new music album. That's right. Me and Brent, we dusted off our guitars, and we asked our buddy, Dark Hour Paranormal, if he could come up with some lyrics in some of the jams that we're coming up with. He got on board along with our buddy, Orlando Smith, who lives here on the Big Island of Hawaii, and one of our best friends since we were in high school. Pretty cool stuff. He's on board doing the drums and bringing in his own technique and acoustic styles and enhancements to the music. But within a month, we were able to accomplish 12 tracks. And we'll be releasing these tracks very, very soon, along with some incredible music videos. We have 5 music videos wrapped up. We're just about to post these. We're just a little bit more, there's just a little bit more work to do on these music videos, but buckle up, everybody. Third Phase of Moon's coming out with an album, 12 brand new tracks, along with 5 music videos, and we did this in less than a month. So this is incredible, what you're about to hear and see. And I could say this. The word on the street is, from the inside, from people that we've shared this with, is that it's a broken record. They say this is very impressive. So I hope I'm confident enough. We'll find out. But when you hear and see what we're working on, I'm sure you guys will maybe agree with some of these people that are saying these kind of words in regards to what they're seeing and listening to. We got songs that are going to represent this whole entire field. I'm not going to give up some of the titles of these tracks yet, but I can say it wraps around the field that we're in, the history. It's a feel-good rock and roll sound along with new and old, all put together. I'm really excited about putting this out real soon. We'll let everybody know. Appreciate you guys joining us in this live premiere. All the people in the chat, the super chats, it really helps. We've got more UFO videos coming up tomorrow. Buckle up, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes on the skies.